Hello and welcome to Frank's School, 12th day of the fourth year. I've got this in kind of reverse order, but first I want to say that I interrupted what I was doing because of I wanted to give credit to Shirley Hockling, that I did in the 10th day, and then yesterday I talked about the Southern Cove Power Union and introduced film footage about it. I had more, but I deleted it by mistake, but I have what I really wanted, so that's okay. If you really are interested in that event, you could look back in the numbers and find that I filmed a lot of it last year, and a lot of it's the same. Uh, but I had started the year off with the Pirates of Penzance, Gilbert and Sullivan, uh, and I'm gonna, in a way, I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna change some. Let me talk about Gilbert first. Both of these guys were knighted. Uh, and Gilbert, in his Mikado, I mentioned already that the Lord High Executioner has a little list. I have a little list. And I need to tell you, too, that I have mixed feelings about Gilbert and Sullivan. I'm not really sure I like them. Except the Pirates of Penzance, as I showed you, I like. And tomorrow I'm going to explain more about these mixed feelings that I've got. I'll have a good bit more to say. But anyway, in this humor that they've got, uh, he has this list. I said some of this already, of people that society would not miss him. You could get rid of him and it would be fine. It would be better. And he pegs me. I mean, it's humor, which, sometimes stuff you can hide behind humor. I don't know. I'm on the list. At one point, he says piano organists. Well, I think what he means by that is people who play the organ in church, like a piano, without using their feet. That's me. I'm a piano organist, and I would be executed. I don't need guys like me. And it's actually quite funny when you see it. All people who play golf. There's different versions of it. The one I just looked at, that wasn't on there, but I've seen that once. They're all people who play golf, execute them. Society would be better without them. That's not me. I don't play golf. I'm sort of with him on that one. But here's the other one where I think he's maybe got me, or he could. He says, "Then the idiot who praises with enthusiastic tone all centuries but this, and every country but his own." In other words, the Romantic era, the Elizabethan period, the Greeks, the classical period, that was great. And Europe is much better than the United States. That would be if I talked like that. I know what he's talking about. It's got to be far away. This can't be good. So I know what he's talking about there. But anyway, I wanted to. Oh, let's see. And he also has all black singers, banjo pickers. Although in the original he used the word that's now not acceptable. What was there was another one on there. Well, they're all kind of funny. So look at it. Look at that. You might be amused at it. And it says something about Gilbert because he wrote those words. And in both cases, it says a lot, I think, about what I'm going to call the Victorians. For lack of a better term, right now I'm going to call them the Victorians. Well, Arthur Sullivan, he was knighted, Sir Arthur Sullivan, and he wrote the music, not the words, to Onward Christian Soldiers, this hymn. That is his best known hymn and tune. The words were written by Sabine, I think it's Barry Gold, and I've got issues with this hymn. And I'm not the only one who has issues with this hymn. There are some hymnals that have left it out because it's too militaristic. I have a collection of hymnals, not a vast collection, but I was going through them, trying to find out which ones had them. And they don't all have. There's 5 verses in the Lutheran hymnal. There's 5 verses. Here's an old Sunday school hymnal, and it has 4. It's in the Methodist hymnal. It rather surprised me to see that it's in the, well, no, this didn't surprise me. It's in the hymnal of the Latter-day Saints. I was surprised to find that it was in the hymnal of the Mennonite church that I have. I don't have a hymnal of the Unitarian church, but I have my doubts. if it would be in there. Some just decided to not put it in there. The Brethren hymnal does not have it. It's not in there. But anyway, why not? Well, it is so militaristic. It is a conceit. Well, in a way you could call it a conceit. A conceit is an extended metaphor. And it's saying that Christians are like soldiers going to war. Well, I'm going to say something shocking about that in a moment, but let me read it to you, and I'll tell you. I'll point out some of what I mean. Onward Christian soldiers marching as to war, as if you're going to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe, forward into battle. See his banners go. You see, it's the image, the metaphor of an army moving, except it's in the name of Christ. At the sight of triumph, Satan's legions flee. On then, Christian soldiers, on to victory. Hell's foundations quiver at the shout of praise. Brothers, lift your voices, loud your anthems raise. I'm leaving out the refrain, but it's marching as to war. Always the refrain goes like this: Onward Christian soldiers marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Like a mighty army moves the church of God. Brothers, we are treading where the saints have trod. We are not divided, all one body we. One in hope and doctrine, one in charity. Now, one thing I wanted to point out, it's one of the reasons I did this in reverse order. Another year I taught about diagramming sentences, and I actually like the syntax. I like the syntax of that sentence. All one body we. How do you diagram that? All one body we. Well, you would do it like this. We, lowercase, there's no predicate there. Body. One. Wait, what do you do with all? All one body we. We are. Oh. I forgot about the word all, but I'm going to have to stop to think, what do you do with that? But what I wanted to point out about that is all one body we. Well, it's got ellipsis. The predicate's not there. It's been left out, and it's also using anastrophe. The subject is at the end. All one body. Maybe you could put all, and actually, this would be capitalized because, well, anyway, I wasn't ready. My mind was not ready for that, but I was. That is a funny little sentence. All one body we. And then the last stanza goes like this, or two more. Crowns and thrones may perish, kingdoms rise and wane, but the church of Jesus constant will remain. Gates of hell can never against the church prevail. We have Christ's own promise, and that cannot fail. Onward then, ye faithful, join our happy throng. Blend with us your voices in the triumph song. Glory, laud, and honor unto Christ the King. This through countless ages men and angels sing. Well, it is a very fun song to sing. The music is stirring. Ever since I was a kid, I used to love to sing that in the tenor part. But when I get thinking about those words, that aggressiveness of evangelism, I'm back to the Victorians, and I'm back to, and again, tomorrow I'll explain a little bit why I'm going into this. But here's the shocker. Imagine if that were onward Muslim soldiers marching as to war. And that could easily really offend people to hear me say that. But it's aggressive. And that kind of belief that it was okay to be aggressive with what you believed and what you thought was right and take it like a war. You can see by my pausing and stuff that I've got some issues with that. I always did have some, and when when you look at what's going on in the world, I could easily see ISIS changing the words and using the tune. I mean, they're aggressive, and they're at least my understanding of it. I'm not a history teacher, and I'm not into current events. Well, I follow them a lot, but it troubles me. And why I'm going into this now. Again, I'll explain to it more tomorrow. I'm going to be on a sort of a personal pursuit to figure something out, and it has to do with the Victorians. Well, this has been awkward, but maybe after tomorrow you'll understand a little bit better. So I hope to see you tomorrow.